Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
Marginal Revolution. July 24, 1714 America, New York, Monterrey, Mexico. Bleg. What do you all recommend I do here? I thank you in advance for the kind assistance. The Post. Monterrey, Mexico. Bleg appeared first on Marginal Revolution.
The Library of Economics and Liberty. July 24, 1533 America, New York, Yglesias on military spending. Matt Yglesias has a post discussing the new Cold War with China. In the end, he's skeptical of calls for more military spending to counter China, but along the way I think he concedes too much to the other side. New York Times Business. July 24, 1400 America, New York, Frito-Lay workers in Kansas ratify contract, ending strike. The workers at a Frito-Lay plant in Topeka went on strike this month to protest forced overtime and so-called suicide shifts, which they said left little time to sleep or see family members. Frito-Lay employees on strike picketed outside the snackmaker's Topeka, Kansas plant on July 12.
Marginal Revolution. July 24, 1325 America, New York, Saturday. Assorted links. 1. New Kalshi prediction markets in beta form. 2. The Austin Vernon blog. 3. The game theory of the infrastructure bill. 4. Should doctors be on first name terms? And U.S.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. July 24, 1200 America, New York, Apple, Amazon, Tesla set to post results. More than a third of the S&P 500, including McDonald's, Ford and Exxon, are expected to provide quarterly updates in the coming week. The Library of Economics and Liberty. July 24, 1106 America, New York, Essential UCLA School is now out. Last year, fellow UCLA Steve Globerman and I wrote a short book for Canada's Fraser Institute on the distinctive UCLA school. It's now out. We're pretty proud of it.
Forex Live. July 24, 1041 America, New York, vaccine booster shots increasingly likely. Iceland highlights reopening risks. Weekend COVID news. The market brushed aside a momentary COVID panic last week, but the episode put the pandemic back on the radar. The New York Times today that Biden officials now expect vulnerable people to need booster shots due to waning efficacy over time.
New York Times Business. July 24, 1026 America, New York, Biden's antitrust team signals a big swing at corporate titans. The president has stacked his administration with crusaders who have spent their careers challenging corporate consolidation. President Biden's appointments to the Justice Department's Antitrust Division add to the federal regulators and top economic aides who have called for breaking up large companies.
Wall Street Journal Markets. July 24, 1000 America, New York. What the U.S. can learn from China's industrial policy mistakes and successes. China's attempts to support specific industries have been a mixed bag, and when they succeed it often isn't for the reasons many observers, both critics and supporters, tend to think.
New York Times Business. July 24, 953 America, New York, the most influential spreader of coronavirus misinformation online. Researchers and regulators say Joseph Mercola, an osteopathic physician, creates and profits from misleading claims about COVID-19. I have every right to inform the public, he says. Joseph Mercola, an osteopathic physician in Cape Coral, Florida, is a key figure in the disinformation dozen, spreading anti-vaccine messaging, researchers said.
Armstrong Economics. July 24, 835 America, New York, civil unrest in Australia. Comment. Marty. I do not know why you do not have the Nobel Prize except for the fact that they are the establishment, and what you have done with Socrates is beyond what anyone else has ever been able to forecast.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. July 24, 8 America, New York, Chicago casino would be costly, gambling operators say. Chicago is hoping a megacasino will aid its underfunded pensions, but such projects face high costs and potential for political and zoning issues. New York Times Business. July 24, 8 America, New York, hosting the Olympics is a bad deal. Even in normal times, the games don't pay off, argues the economist Andrew Zimbalist.
Marginal Revolution. July 24, 7:25 America, New York, Why I Am Angry. Agnes Collard explains, "At times it is only the angry who are in a position to apprehend the magnitude of some injustice. For they are the ones willing to sacrifice all their other concerns and interests so as to attend, with an almost divine focus, to some tear in the moral fabric."
Google Business News. July 24, 6:20 America, New York. Ford launches new at variants for Figo, rising Cashmere. Ford launches new at variants for Figo, rising Cashmere. Google Business News. July 24, 5:53 America, New York. Do South Dakotans call them fireflies or lightning bugs? KSOO News. Do South Dakotans call them fireflies or lightning bugs? KSOO News.
Wall Street Journal Markets. July 24, 5:30 America, New York. FICO scores hold on the credit market as slipping. For decades, the three-digit FICO number has been the linchpin of consumer credit decisions. But banks are increasingly relying on their own bespoke scores.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. July 24, 5:30 America, New York. Social media manager, the most millennial job, comes of age. Some social media veterans have been doing their jobs for 15 years at this point, giving unprecedented sway to work once reserved for interns. New York Times Business. July 24, 5 o'clock America, New York. For older adults, home care has become harder to find. Staffing shortages have long plagued the home care industry. But the pandemic has intensified the problem. Terry Driscoll, right, with her husband, Ken, who suffers from Alzheimer and AMP-RSQUO-S disease.
Naked Capitalism. July 24, 3:41 America, New York. Private equity now buying up primary care practices. Private equity is doing yet more damage to health care as it buys up primary care practices en masse.
Marginal Revolution. July 24, 2:56 America, New York. Why current American politics is less screwed up than you think. There is no better way to show this point than to look at Germany, which has highly reasonable political dialogue and at least in the center German politics is not so ideological. And there is indeed a center. Furthermore, politicians address their voters like adults and offer reasonable reasons for the policies they are proposing.
Daily FX Market News. July 24, 2 o'clock American, New York. Bitcoin Outlook. Bullish scenario may play out if key technical support holds. Although the medium-term outlook remains negative, Bitcoin could make a bullish move in the coming days if prices manage to hold above key support in the $29,150 per $28,600 region.
Naked Capitalism. July 24, 1:54 America, New York. The Icepick Surgeon. Tales of scientists gone rogue, or worse. Author Sam Keane follows the long trail of amoral scientists, and their justifications.
Marginal Revolution. July 24, 1:03 America, New York. Why has the Indian diaspora been so successful? Dwarkesh writes to me, why do you think the Indian diaspora has been so successful? Just selection of the best immigrants from a large pool of candidates or something else too?
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. July 24, 000 America, New York. The boss wants you back in the office. Like, now. Companies are starting to summon workers back, though many employees have said they prefer more flexible office schedules. We can't be a great company working remotely.
Daily FX Market News. July 23, 22:00 America, New York. AUD, USD rate faces Australia CPI report and AMP, Fed rate decision. AUD, USD is likely to face increased volatility over the coming days as it faces a batch of key event risks going into the end of July.
BBC News Business. July 23, 21:14 America, New York. COVID-19. More testing sites for key workers to avoid isolation in England. Police, transport, freight and fire workers will be able to join the daily contact testing scheme.
Armstrong Economics. July 23, 1952 America, New York. Private blog. Dow and manipulation. Private blog. Dow and AMP. Manipulation. Private blog posts are exclusively available to Socrates subscribers. To sign up for Socrates or to learn more, please visit ask-socrates.com.
New York Times Business. July 23, 1852 America, New York. the FTC asks for an extension to refile its Facebook antitrust suit. The FTC said in its request that it had reached an agreement with Facebook over the proposed extension.